Welcome back to another video. How are you guys? So today we're going to be talking about cash buyers. So when you're wholesaling real estate, there's two parts. There's the acquisition and then disposition. So acquisition is actually getting the property under contract, and then dispo is when you're actually assigning that contract to a cash buyer or investor, flipper, whatever you want to call it. Now to me, and most people will think the same way, but finding a cash buyer is usually the easiest part of this entire transaction, right? If you have a good deal, those buyers are out there and they want the deal as well. This is what they do for a living. They need constant deals fed to them, and this is where we come in and where we send them these deals. Now the hardest part is reaching these cash buyers, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and all the tools and softwares you're going to need to find cash buyers. Whether you go the free way or you go the paid software way, both ways work. Finding cash buyers is going to be simple if you follow this video. So I'm big on visual learning. Someone can tell you exactly what to do, but it's so much easier when someone actually shows you. Now, linked in the description is the free wholesaling course. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it before. If you haven't, it's linked in the description. It's linked on all my social media platforms, but it's a free wholesaling course. Now, on the 41st slide, there is a whole section about finding cash buyers. And I'm going to go through every bullet point so we can go exactly on what they mean, how to find them, and how they, correspond to finding cash buyers. So the first step is Facebook investor groups and Facebook marketplace. Now, these are my top two because they are the best ways to find cash buyers, and they're the ways that we use the most of. So let's go on Facebook and I'll show you guys exactly how we find these cash buyers. So Facebook has this section for groups, right? These are Facebook groups, and you're going to join real estate investor groups. So what you're going to do is search up your state's real estate group. So for me, I'm going to do New Jersey real estate, and I'm going to press see all. Now, these are all the real estate groups that are in New Jersey. Some are filtered by city, some are filtered by county, either or, doesn't matter. You join every single one of them. And there's a whole point of all this. And when you're not joined, it's going to say join rather than visit. If you're actually joined, it'll say visit, And it's easy to join. You literally just press join group. Some of them have questionnaires. Well, they'll ask you a couple questions, but all you do is press join. So once you're in these groups, this is where the fun starts. So once you're actually in the group, you're going to go to groups. I'm going to pick this one, New Jersey Real Estate Wholesalers. And what you're going to do is on this search bar right here, you're going to search at Gmail, right? Oh, here's one of mine. That is so funny. This was back in 2020, but this is a great example. So sometimes posting on these investor groups is great where you can get these emails, but we're going to build a cash buyer list. And what we do is we go to these posts, and at Gmail just filters it where there's comments that say at Gmail. You can do at Hotmail, whatever. We're just trying to get the most emails. Now look, 11 comments. All of these are emails. This one's a big one. This one has 60 comments. So this is a jackpot. And what you're going to do is for all of these emails, you're going to copy and paste them. So we're going to take all these emails. I'm just showing an example, but for you take the entire thing. You're going to copy it, and we're talking about every single post that you find. We're trying to build as big of an email list as we can. Now, a lot of people go and make a Google sheet, an Excel sheet, which is fine. You absolutely can do that, but there's another way that you can do it. It really is up to you which way that you want to do. So once you have your little email either in Google Sheet or you're just going to copy and paste and send it directly to these softwares, either or works. But these are going to be your two big softwares. It's going to be the Sender app, which I currently use, and MailChimp, which I used to use. So both of them have these free trials. So the free basic plan offers you 10,000 sends a month. And then the Sender app sends you 15,000 emails a month. So I use Sender just because it was a cheaper alternative, but MailChimp is great as well. MailChimp gets pretty expensive once you want more. Sender app is pretty cheap. And they both do the exact same thing, so you're fine picking either or. So with the Sender app, you're going to create an account. I'm going to just log in and show you guys for Sender, and I'm going to do the same exact thing for MailChimp. So for the Sender app, you're going to go to subscribers, and you're going to say add subscribers. Now here's where you can import the file from a Google Sheet or an Excel, but here's where you can just copy and paste. So literally paste it. Now here's the thing, and this is where the extra step comes in. these softwares will pick up any email, but if it's wrong, like if there's writing within the email, they're not going to pick up the email. So that's where you have to clear it out. It doesn't matter that there's a reply, there's a mic error. They're not going to take these. These are going to be errors, but they're going to take anything that has an actual email. For MailChimp, you're going to go on audience. You're going to go on contacts, and you're going to do add contacts, add a subscriber, import contact. So you're going to either import from uploading a file, uploading from another service. So if you want to go from sender to MailChimp, and then of course, copy and paste. And same thing as sender, you're going to paste it. So as you guys can see, it's kind of the exact same thing. They both do the exact same thing. You can import a file, you can transfer from MailChimp, you can transfer from another software, copy, paste, continue to organize it if you want. If you're doing multiple states, if you're doing virtual, you can tag them like this is just New Jersey. And the same thing for this one, submit, go to the next one. But the most important part about all this, that you created your email group, you have about 1,000 emails in this thing. Now you have to create these campaigns. Now this is where your creative juices come into play, where you actually have to build these campaigns of information where you're going to send out the property to your cash buyers. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So this is an old campaign, just an example, something that you guys can follow, but usually it's a logo up here. You don't have to, but I do. A picture of the property, the address of the property. Some people keep it hidden. You absolutely can until, the investor gets you a proof of funds. So you know that they're a real cash buyer, and then you can send them the full address, or you can just send it to them directly. If it's vacant, it shouldn't be an issue. Information about the property itself, the after repair value, estimated reno cost, the asking price, and then basic information on the actual property. Now, I like to add pictures as well. So just a Google Drive of the pictures of the property. So pretty simple, straight to the point. All they have to do is click on it. So they don't email you asking you, I want pictures. How does it look inside? It's already in the campaign itself. And then I also add comparables, comps, right? Where did I get the ARV? So I use Adobe. It's just MLS comps. But, I'm a realtor, so I do have access to the MLS. Some people don't, which is fine. You can use Zillow links or just Zillow screenshots. It's usually more than enough. But this is how the campaign looks. I also have a section where if they want to create an appointment, they fill out a form. And all this you can create easily within the app on any campaign, whether you're using Sender or MailChimp. They make it really easy to create campaigns and to make it simple and make it look nice, professional. I also like to add this disclaimer. So copy and paste it if you want, but it's a way of telling them that this is an assignment contract. You're not representing anyone. There's do not contact the owner, do not contact the seller without our consent. But that's about it. And then of course the non-refundable deposit. So if an investor wants to make an offer, they have to pay a non-refundable deposit just so that they have skin in the game. We asked them to send a $5,000 to the title company or the attorney, depending on which one we're using. But it's usually just to prove that you're actually going to continue with this deal. And if you don't continue with this deal, if you walk out for any reason, we keep the $5,000 non-refundable. So everything is held in title until closing. So if they want to back away, title will send us that $5,000 non-refundable. But usually when they put that much money in, they're usually going to close on the transaction. But it's just a way so that we're not wasting time, right? And we're not stopping our marketing just because someone says, yeah, I want to put in an offer. No, we're going to keep marketing this contract because we have a limited amount of time to find these cash buyers. So we're going to use that time wisely and not waste time on one person that's just, wasting our time. So that's what we do. This is the campaign, and this is the best ways to find cash buyers. So the next step that we have is Facebook Marketplace. And also we're going to go back on Facebook, and you're going to go on Marketplace right over here. Same as we did with Facebook groups, we're going to do the exact same thing with Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how it looks. So when we're uploading, we're literally just posting it like we're posting any other thing. Putting the bedroom, bathroom, the price, the address. Of course, you can always hide the address if you want. And then I always like to add, it's an assignment contract. So not regular people are reaching out to me, and regular people in a sense that people that want like an FHA conventional loan, that are looking just for a regular mortgage property. So we're looking for cash or hard money buyers. So that's exactly how I do it. And then I post it, and you're going to get messages all over Facebook about this property. Hundreds of messages. Like, I'm going to show you guys my actual inbox. just about properties. So truthfully, if you have a good deal, finding cash buyers is the easiest part of all this, especially if you're using Facebook. So you're either going to post it on Marketplace and have buyers come to you, or you're going to get a bunch of emails, create your cash buyer list, and just send them emails directly to them right in front of them. It is one of the best ways. But again, there's also other ways. So we're going to go over that. I don't think I have to show you guys these just because they're really simple in a sense, and they follow similar to what we're going to be doing on Facebook. You're following the same strategies in the campaigns that you're making. You're following the same thing on how to find these cash buyers, but I'll explain a little more. So on Craigslist, you guys already know Craigslist. You're going to find a little bit more of the older cash buyers, older investors that still use Craigslist, but it's still a great way. All you do is post the information about the property, same as what you did on Facebook. Another way is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is special, I gotta say. LinkedIn is similar to Facebook. LinkedIn has also these investor groups as well that you can join, real estate investor groups. And now I think the key point of LinkedIn and why I like it is the fact that people write that they're an investor right on their page, right? And it says what state that they're located at. So it's usually easy to pinpoint, and just sending a quick message right on LinkedIn, or just posting, or just creating a really good, like adding everyone you can that's an investor in that specific state, and then just posting on your page about a specific property. So the same thing as you would do on Facebook, you're going to do it on LinkedIn. Now, the next one we have is real estate auctions. So every county has a real estate auction. Foreclosures, sheriff sales, whatever you want to call them, they all have it. You're going to go either on auction.com, or you're going to search up on Google your county's sheriff sale or your county's auction for foreclosure homes. And you're going to show up because it's absolutely free to show up to these auctions. So what you're going to do is go a little bit early to these auctions and see who's actually registering and has a deposit. So this deposit can be 20%. Here in Jersey, it's 20%. I know some states and some counties have a little bit differently, but they need to have actual money in order to bid. So you're going to go early, see who's actually registering. That way you're not, talking to just regular wholesalers. But if you want to network, that's also a great way to meet other investors and wholesalers. But that's how I would do with real estate auctions. There's so many wholesalers that come with their clipboard and just writing people's names, emails, and phone numbers, right? Just to add them to their email list. Again, it's all about your list. Being able to put a deal in front of people is way better than having them trying to reach out, because they're most likely not going to reach out. So this is a great way to build your email list as well as form those connections with these investors and these buyers. The next one is real estate agents. Same thing as any other thing. You're trying to build connections with these agents because they do know investors. They've done deals. They've listed their properties. They've listed their fixer-uppers. With agents, it's a little bit different just because they do want some sort of compensation for their time and for their efforts. So if you're willing to part with a little bit of money, then yeah, agents are the way to go. The next one is networking events, which is amazing. Go on local meetups, go on whatever investor groups that you're in. There's always something going on, right? There's always some type of meeting, some type of mastermind going on, and they're not all, costing you thousands of dollars. Some are just free. Some are just for actual networking. So I do recommend to go to those, talk about your deal, talk to investors, see what they're looking for, so that way you can target those deals directly. The next one, hard money lenders. So hard money lenders are when people say they're using other people's money to finance a deal. They're using hard money lenders, or they're using private money lenders. And hard money lenders, you give them a call. You can search it up right on Google, hard money lenders in New Jersey, and they'll give you a bunch. And a lot of these lenders do lend nationwide, especially the bigger companies. So a quick call, usually just asking, do you guys have any clients that purchase properties in blank, whatever city, whatever state, and usually they'll reach out. You know why? Because they're going to get a loan in the process if they find this client a deal, right? So it's better for them. So reach out to hard money lenders, ask them, do you know any of your clients list that buy properties, multifamily in Trenton, New Jersey, or wherever, in Houston, Texas? And they'll give you a list. Reach out to these clients. And the reason that they're giving you this is because it's a win-win for them. If the client ends up liking the deal, they just got a loan, and they make money off the loan. So great way, hard money lenders. And then the next ways are bigger pocket and connected investors. These are groups that focus primarily on real estate. Search it up, create an account, and look what people are posting, look at what people are doing. So I do recommend to just have those accounts on hand. I think some of these do charge to post. I think bigger pocket, you have to have some sort of account to be able to post in a specific forum. The same with connected investors, but you can look and comment for free. So usually just comment, hey, I have a deal, reach out to me here or whatever. But if you want to go the paid way, you can always buy the plans that these softwares offer. And now the last ways, and kind of the way that I try to not go for, but it is still a viable option, is using softwares, right? Using PropStream and using batch leads. And I'll show you guys exactly. We'll share our screen again and I'll show you guys exactly how it works with PropStream and batch leads, how to find cash buyers on these lists as well. So PropStream and batch leads. Now I completely recommend these for lead generation, finding motivated sellers, but you can also use them to find cash buyers. Now, obviously I prefer the Facebook investor group, Facebook marketplace, rather than this way, and I'll explain why. So before anything, batch leads and PropStream both offer free trials, right? I do recommend always go for the free trials first to decide whether you want to continue this rather than paying the $99 a month on something you might not like, right? So in terms of which one is better, they both do the exact same thing. Use both of them, get the free trial, and figure out which one you would prefer more, because you don't necessarily need both. I mean, I have both just for the hell of it. So for cash buyers, this is what you're going to do. We're going to pick a spot. I don't know. We're going to do Houston, Texas, right? And right here is cash buyers, right? But we need to filter this down. There's way too many cash buyers in Houston. So with softwares like PropStream and batch leads, when you see this cash buyer section, what it's showing you is someone that has purchased the property in cash. Now, it does not mean that they're an investor that purchased properties. It just happens that they bought their home for cash. You know, it might have been cheap. They might have bought it early on. Whatever the reasoning is, they bought the property cash. So we need to filter this down a little bit more, so that way we have kind of like a niche list to go after, because we don't want to contact thousands of people, right? We don't want this to be a lead generation source. We want this to be as close to a match of cash buyers that we need. So we filter it to share some of the same characteristics of the property that we're trying to wholesale. So if it's a multifamily, I'm targeting cash buyers that purchase multifamily. And that way the skip tracing is a little bit less of a cost. You know, you're not skip tracing 113,000 cash buyers because it does get expensive. That's why I prefer the Facebook marketplace and Facebook investor route, because this is going to cost you a little bit more to find these cash buyers, and you have to reach out to these people too. So you're doing the exact same thing as you would do with lead generation. You're getting a list, you're skip tracing it to get the phone number, and you're contacting them. Instead of saying, hey, are you looking to sell your home? Are you looking to purchase any properties? I have this deal, blah, 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 blah. So it's a little bit of an extra step, and this is usually my last resort type of thing, right? This is the last thing that I think about. It's like when I have a week left, I need to close this deal, it's not working out, then I'll go and get a list. Again, you can also use Fiverr. You can go on Fiverr, you can get a list. It's usually cheap, $10, $15 of cash buyers in a specific area, with the specific filters, right? Instead of purchasing the software itself. Now with Fiverr agents, all they're doing is literally going on PropStream and batch leads and giving you this information. So it's up to you on whether you want to get the information yourself and have the software on hand, or you want to get someone else to outsource it for you. So either or works. It really is up to you and which one you're trying to do. For this example, I think Houston is kind of just huge in general. I mean, 113,000 cash buyers is, as much as you filter it down, it's still going to be a lot. So for me, I'd probably recommend filtering it down to like a specific zip code, right? If you have a property in a specific zip code, rather than it being, you know, the actual city, just go for the zip code. There's a lot less cash buyers in that specific zip code of that area. And then we're going to filter it to have owned the property, or not on the MLS, so it's not on the market, not listed by a realtor, and they have owned at least 3 properties. And here it is, 465 cash buyers left. We're going to take this, we're going to export it, we're going to skip trace it, and we're going to reach out to them, text them, call them, email them, whatever we have to do. So this is a better example. Houston was just way too big. Even if we filter it down, it's still a couple of thousand and it's still expensive. So I hope this helped. I know I zoomed past a couple of the bullet points, but it's just because I really do focus on just the Facebook investor group section. I built the email cash buyers list as best as I can. A couple of thousand emails is all you need, really. If you're doing it virtually, if you're doing it in different states, then yeah, you have to build, you know, multiple cash buyer lists. But once you have one that is just good and you're just able to just send deals and investors are reaching out to you, then it makes this process a lot easier. So that's why I focus on that one, just because that's what I use and I know works. Obviously, LinkedIn, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, all of those work as well. Using softwares as well to get cash buyers, also a great way, but it does cost a little bit more to get those cash buyers and a little bit more of manual work because you have to reach out to them as well, just as you would with a motivated seller. So finding cash buyers, whatever way works for you, continue it, scale it, make it better, and that's what's gonna work. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys want more videos, you're better off on like TikTok and Instagram. I post on a daily basis over there. YouTube, I'm trying to be a little bit more, consistent with it, but I'm trying. It'll get better. I promise you guys. Just so much work to do. But I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys in the next video.